So CNN released a completely insufferable promotional propaganda ad video for themselves here. They're going to fillet themselves. And of course, they're doing this in the midst of a giant scandal involving them not doing their job well. So let's take a look and then I'll respond.
They just be going in right there?
Yeah, we just landed.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
Okay, ready?
Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello.
It's been a long year.
Nothing is normal. Everything's changing.
Hello, I'm Brianna Keeler on this new day.
On a personal level, what's resonated the most?
What's the message?
Working at CNN, there's a bigger purpose.
How much does this advance the story?
That's a record high.
CNN is a special place.
We all believe so deeply in what we do here.
CNN is committed to covering the world.
Right now you have Mexico City Live and you have Argentina Live.
Stephanie Bassari, CNN, Lagos.
Let's talk about diversity.
This is the work that continues.
There's a lot of common things many of us go through. Isolation, being the only one. How do you deal with it?
In many ways, you're an ambassador for your culture.
What's resonated most with me is accountability. We're not perfect.
No worries.
We're not going to be perfect.
I have it.
We're trying our best to be as good as we can.
What does CNN Plus mean for you, Rebecca?
It means I get a lot less sleep.
It is very important that we have empathy in the way we cover our stories.
I think we have to show this. It personifies everything that's going on there.
What's on your radar?
We're going to continue to focus on voting rights. That's going to be a priority.
People want their voices to be heard.
Exactly, pushing the story forward. Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds good.
They want to represent.
If there's something you could change, what change would you want to see?
I never felt gay until I became a mom. My daughter can't be what she can't see.
They want other people to learn from them.
If we can get this done, it'll be huge.
The president sharing a message of optimism.
Putin interview is next Wednesday, right?
Yes.
What motivates you to do what you do?
I care.
It takes a lot of education outside of a classroom.
CNN's Manu Raji. What are Republicans saying?
This is a Trump event, but you're talking about the donors.
Donors happy to pony up.
Knowing the history of a neighborhood, the dynamic of a community.
Justin Blake, who's the uncle of Jacob Blake. We're taking small victories at a time.
Florida proof of vaccination cruise story.
We can do briefing on that. Michael Finelli, DC police officer who was there on January the 6th, just wondering if the White House has a response to him.
There are a number of officers who lost their lives, paid a tremendous sacrifice.
Caitlin Collins, CNN, the White House.
Where we are today, I've never seen.
What I found is you have to celebrate every success.
CNN looks for voices like ours.
Everyone has a stake in this. Everyone has a part to play.
You guys are the best team anywhere.
Why are they releasing this video? Well, they're releasing this video because of the giant scandal involving Jeff Zucker, the former president, helping Andrew Cuomo during the height of the COVID pandemic, where he was coaching him about how to do media gigs. Cuomo was having these daily press conferences talking about the COVID rate and what we're doing to combat it. He was going on Chris Cuomo show. So Andrew Cuomo would speak to his brother, Chris Cuomo, a CNN host, and they would basically play patty cakes and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. And Chris would be like, "You're the best governor in the world, gosh golly." And Andrew would be like, "I know, whatever, who cares, not a big deal or anything." And they would joke around and talking about, "Hey, remember when we had Mama Spaghetti on Sunday dinner? You remember that? Hey." And he'd be holding a giant Q-tip for reasons that nobody can understand, and they would giggle and have a good time, and they were just doing a rank propaganda for Cuomo. Now, it came out that, Cuomo was involved in like 87 scandals. He was allowing COVID-positive nursing home patients back into the nursing homes, leading to countless deaths. He was trying to shield the nursing homes from any liability so they can't get sued when people die as a result of it. He was Me-Tooing 748 women. Again, this entire time, all this stuff's going on. There were corruption scandals, everything. And the head of CNN was working with Andrew Cuomo on improving his image, working together, just total corporate Democratic hack. And then, of course, as soon as the shit hit the fan, what did Chris Cuomo do? He opted out. Oh, I can't talk about my brother because that's my brother, so I can't get involved in what's going on with him. Well, hold on. You were involved with him when you were filleting him daily. You were involved with him when you were, puffing up his public profile daily. Jeff Zucker, same goddamn thing. And now we know that this is what was going on. We know that Jeff Zucker was sleeping with somebody who he was eventually going to make president, and he didn't president of CNN. He didn't disclose that fact. So they violated every single journalistic rule and norm in the book. And so at the same time this is going on, what do? They do this insufferable self-filleting, this unbearable patting themselves on the back. What's with the sappy music? Like the movie trailer, hopeful music. Do, 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 do. We are CNN and we are wonderful in every way imaginable. Yes! Okay. Literally every comment was ripping them to shreds. I'm going to read some of them in a second, but one part in the middle of that CNN video, it just quintessential CNN. In the middle of this CNN video where they're trying to say, like, we're great at, doing the news and we're the best team around and we're the most objective, you have somebody was talking on like a call or something, like some video Zoom meeting, and they're like, I never felt gay until I became a mom. What? I never felt gay until I became a... What does that have to do with anything? The video is not even that long, and you've managed to squeeze that in there? Then she says, my daughter can't be what she can't see. So what are you saying? Like, you actively want your daughter to be gay? You're trying to prod your daughter into being gay? Look, on this show, we are staunchly in favor of LGBTQ rights. 100%. Always been in favor of gay marriage. Always been in favor of the LGBTQ community being a protected class. No doubt about it. But what does that even mean? Why don't you just accept your daughter however she is, whether she's gay, straight, something else, whatever, it doesn't matter. How did they manage to fit some virtue signaling bullshit, some identity bullshit in the middle of a thing that's supposed to be about how objective they are and how great they are at news? They have so lost the plot, man. They're so out of their minds. They have become the caricature of themselves that, everybody thought they were. So here, let me read some of the things here, some of the comments from the commenters. Accountability and CNN don't go together. There are no journalists at CNN. Quote, we are CNN. You are liars. Really hope new owners straighten this group out. Once I respected CNN. Now I am embarrassed. Corporate propaganda. I wish I could see the dislikes. Ratings must be super low if you have to pat yourselves on the back like this. LOL. And I like this one the most. Fix your corporatist framing, add more investigative reporters, broaden your scope, get rid of the political and military insiders, hire some people who have been part of the working class, minimize the opinion and pointless debate, do better at weeding out contributors with conflicts of interest, stop chasing the shiny objects, limit the palace intrigue, and start doing the news that matters. P.S. The donor class should be used in disgust by any journalist who is meant to be speaking truth to power. Do better. Hear to that commenter. Look, CNN is bad. They're bad at their jobs. MSNBC is bad at their jobs. Fox News is bad at their jobs. Fox News is just Republican propaganda. That's what they do. CNN is just Democratic establishment propaganda. That's what they do. MSNBC, same thing. Democratic establishment propaganda. That's what they do. They all have a sensationalism bias. We can go into incredible detail about the ways in which they suck. I mean, all of these networks push for the illegal and offensive war in Iraq. MSNBC and CNN were relentless with Russiagate, which turned out to be total garbage. The list goes on and on. People talking about the beauty of our weapons. Brian Williams was talking about that. That was NBC. But you had the same build Syria, Libya, same thing coming out of CNN, doing State Department propaganda. Wolf Blitzer talking to Rand Paul, asking him a question. I know you say we shouldn't arm Saudi Arabia, but what about the jobs? Yeah, good question, Wolf Blitzer. Let's arm the genocidal maniacs because of jobs. This is who we're dealing with here. They suck at their job, and they're also massively propped up by an unfair algorithm on YouTube, and it drives me crazy. There was a time when the CNN used to get less than 1,000 views per video. Now they get a lot of views per video. Why? Because YouTube force feeds that stuff to you, and they bury independent news and politics, which is what this channel is. And it's a goddamn shame. In a fair fight, we'd be destroying these people, because it's not hard to destroy people who release a self-filleting video like that. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.